Hello and welcome to episode number 285 of the Armin Show podcast. This one is in person, live, in the place to be, Hollywood Sculpture Garden.
And in the Hollywood Gallery, the Hollywood Sculpture Garden and the Hollywood Gallery.
Both of them. I am here with Dr. Robbie Gordon, who you will later see has assembled so much of that which is in this household. Thank you for being on this show.
Thank you for having me.
Robbie, how did you get into sculpture, painting, artistry, creativity in the first place?
All my life I've been doing. Actually, we didn't go to that room. I can show you later. I have woodwork that I did when I was 8 years old. So all my life, but my mother told me that I have to study, to do something, and to work on my art some other time, which was good. I became veterinarian, and then I went into financial field, and I was financial consultant, which I do part-time still till now. But the main thing, all my passion is art, and from the time of the financial crisis, when I closed my office, my big 3 offices that I have, I've done basically almost full-time creating art, from the quantity of the painting, and some of them have been sold, so it's not all here. From the painting, the furniture, everything is what I've done all my life, but mainly in the last 12 years or so.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part of all your material is a lot of the crystals. I like a lot of the colors. Do you like a lot of vibrancy? What kind of themes do you value in art?
I value everything, and I go through periods. Sometime I do one thing, and then I do another thing. I'll do here the clothes, the glasses. I have a lot of glasses that I've made. I don't know if we looked at those on the wall. We can show them afterwards. Mm-hmm. Did you show it?
I did not.
Oh, I did not. Okay. Furniture, I go through period. I do glass, I do ceramic, I do furniture. I do clothes. I do according to what I feel like, and I go from one to another. I finish one thing and I start a new thing, and I try to not to be repetitive, and every time I have a different thing.
From what age did you start making things?
I said I started at 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I started making things, but not to the extent that I'm doing now.
Were there people when you were young that you worked well with, or that you saw as inspirations?
I've had inspiration by different artists all my life. I try to be more original. There are artists that inspired me by their color, by them. Pierre Fries in Switzerland and Germany influenced me a lot, and I would go and see different artists all over. I love to go to art show. Before the COVID, I would be in every gallery opening, museum opening. I'm on the board of the Craft Contemporary Museum, so I've been very involved with the artists there. And I go to the art expo all over the world. Actually, this week I was supposed to be in France for the FIAC show, which I'm not because it was canceled. So I usually go in October, November. They have the FIAC show in Paris, the Frieze in London. December I go every year for a long time to Art Basel Miami, and on and on and on all the time. So I love to see a lot of art, and I like to look at it, to register in my head, and then sometimes I'm influenced by collection and togetherness of different artists. Mm-hmm. But I try to do my own things all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's about representing yourself.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of popular artwork that you wish you had done that is well known? Is there anything in that kind of category? Like you see something and you're like, that fits me.
I probably, and you saw for the sculpture outside and the inside, I probably touch everything that I do. I try to do. I probably would have done more glass if I had more time. By now it's quite laborious and it's quite hard. So I design and I work with other artists, like you saw the whole kitchen. You will see, the kitchen, the counter, the tables, everything like that. So if I can't do it, I design it. Like for example, this chair and the armchair, the sofa. Everything I can do on my own because I can do, but it would have taken me so long to do it by myself. So I used Ayala Safati here. She's an artist from Israel, and it was a work of a month of 3 people working, weaving the material, which is wool and silk, and going according to my direction that sometimes were too much because I'm very particular, micromanaging sometimes, but I like everything to be the way I like it.
You care about the details.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
That shows. Can you let us know a little bit about your background as far as countries that you?
Yeah, I was born in Israel. Lived there till the age of 21. Came to America, got married here, and after 2 years, my ex-wife and me, we went to Italy, and we finished veterinary school in Italy. My family on my father's side is in France, mainly Paris. So Paris, I would go in the summer to Paris, and I still go almost every year, at least once or twice a year to Paris. It's my favorite city in the world, and France all over.
Mm-hmm.
I have relatives that are all over. Toulouse used to be in Nice, so I go a lot to France.
Would you say France is the country that has culture you most connect with?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Their art and everything, you feel when you walk in the street, even if it's not your exact style, because it's a different style, just seeing the art everywhere is very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be exactly what I create or what I want to create, but being in art is France for me. Yeah.
Is there anything about French culture that people misunderstand outside of France?
Probably there is a lot. The French people are more to themselves and not as accepting sometimes of foreigner, but I do speak French, so I manage very well in France. And the point is that there is the museums in Paris are wonderful, from Musée d'Orsay, the Louvre, all the Palais de Tokyo, the Musée de Art Contemporain. There is a lot of new stuff and old stuff, the Museum of Rodin, etc. So you see the old and the new together, and it's very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Going back to the crystals, because I like them so much, do you have any certain crystals that you like?
I love crystal, and you saw a lot of crystal. I do the collages of crystal,
Mm-hmm.
where I glue the crystals together that you will see later on. And some of the crystal I collect myself in the desert, etc. And other I go to Crystal Expo and Crystal Show, usually February in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona. There is a huge convention of stones and mineral, and I go, and they're from all over the world, and I collect, and I buy. I buy truckload of stones, because the stones outside are also mainly from there. I have my manager, Angel, that he is also one of the sculptors here. And last year, we rented a truck. The truck allows 10,000 pounds of stones, and there is a scale in the truck that you rent. And if it's more than 10,000 pounds, you can't turn on the ignition, because they don't want you to abuse the truck. So we filled out one truck. He drove all the way here, 16 hours, because to drive with stones with such a heavy truck takes longer. He slept for 4 hours, and he came back to fill out another truck.
Wow.
So I go, I like whatever stone I like, I buy, I put a tag on it, and he comes in the end, and we just collect them.
Huh.
And I have like some of the stones are really, more unique and rare.
Mm-hmm. Before you had this location, which I think is the most colorful creative house in Los Angeles. I don't know what else has more creativity inside of it.
I don't know. That's what the Los Angeles magazine said, that it's the best sculpture garden in LA, but I don't know if they said it's right or not.
There's no location with more colors in Los Angeles in my mind.
Okay.
Before this was created, did you have a vision for it?
Yeah, I had a vision. I was in Irvine before,
Mm-hmm.
and I had art and some there, but I didn't have such a yard that can be a sculpture garden, because in Irvine everything is measured in inches. But I still had a lot. It took to move here. It took 2 big trucks that came one day after another with stuff, and 24 small trucks. It means not 24 times. So a guy came 24 times with a small truck with the stone and the planks here.
A lot of trips.
A lot of trips. I'm not doing it again.
Right. This would be way more.
Yeah, this will be way more, and it's already impossible to move.
This is super situated.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. So you had a kind of miniature version of this in Irvine?
I had a miniature this, and I had a vision of what I wanted in Hollywood. It took me 2 years to find this particular house. I made a list, and I had 18 things on my list.
What were some things that you needed?
I'll tell you. But so I had 18 things, and every real estate agent that I came and I printed the list would tell me, you have to cut half of them, because they wouldn't have the patience for me to look and look. And I found this house as all the 18, all of them, but it took 2 years, and I found it on my own. So the first thing, I wanted a view with the house, and you saw the view, which is very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted a view with the house. That's what I said. So already said I wanted a big lot, which to do a sculpture garden, which is again not common. I wanted a street that there is enough parking for people to come to see it, which is again very hard in Hollywood and all this area. So, and then I wanted a house that was built after 1999, because 1999 we had the earthquake here, and I wanted there was new regulation. I wanted a house that had 1 floor just for a studio, which I had. I had and many more things, and I got every single thing in this house. I did change it. It means I broke walls. I did a lot, but everything that I wanted is here. And it's interesting, during the COVID, what I've been doing, it took me 2 years to find it. So during the COVID, I've gone with friends, and I looked at all the addresses of all the houses that I looked at, and I didn't buy, because either I made an offer and it wasn't accepted, or it didn't. So because we look for a place to walk, and I still like this place the most from everything that I saw. And as I said, 2 years of searching every weekend. But I liked it. It means I like to go. Real estate agent would get sick and tired of me, because they said, "Oh, this has almost everything that you want," and I said, "No, I need everything," and I really got everything that I wanted. So, but I enjoyed looking at different houses, different neighborhoods. It's kind of fun. So I would come on Saturday early, like around 12 o'clock or 1, go and see houses all around the whole afternoon, and in the evening go to gallery opening and museum. Sometimes I would stay overnight and go the next Sunday also to galleries and museum, and sometimes I would go the same day back home. And I did it for 2 years, but it was a period of life that I really liked. It means I enjoyed looking at different houses and the art in the same time. So I did it every week.
It's really nice when you said guidelines. You had 18 things you really
Yeah.
wanted,
And I got all of them.
and the earth handed you, in a way, those
Yeah.
18 things that you really wanted,
Yeah.
because you were willing to put in the effort to make sure that they were met.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very nice to have a vision. All the things that came out good in your life came from having some sort of vision beforehand.
Exactly, the business, everything, life. I always had a vision how I wanted it to be,
Mm-hmm.
and it did work.
You pictured it beforehand. That's a wonderful message.
Yeah.
18 things. How long did it take to make that list?
It took me a while because first I did the view, the house, the view, the house, the view, the house, the parking, and the year. And later on, I decided I need another floor just for art. I needed this, so I added them all the time, and I really made it a point to find everything that I wanted, and I did.
Right.
And I remember my daughter came here, and she looked here, and she said, "Do you know what? If somebody told me what kind of house you wanted, I would have thought this is the house you wanted," because she knew what I was looking for.
Didn't I get to?
Yeah, and yeah.
We have a good sense of other people's personalities that we were
Yeah,
good
yeah.
with.
And my son said, "This is so you, the house, because it's exactly how I wanted it, etc." And then I worked for 6 months on remodeling it. As I said, if you will see, we can walk afterward and show the veins in the marble were exactly continuous everywhere. I did the wall here that I worked 10 days, 14 hours a day with 8 gallons of paint. Everything that I did, re-rounded all the angles in all the windows and all the walls. I created the vertical blind. Everything was my creation.
It's funny you mentioned that last time we had spoken and you mentioned marble and granite, and I looked them up online and I found out how marble was cut and made and such. And so to have it specifically line up.
Yeah, it took like 10 days just to, I took another person and we were in the garage trying to match the pieces of marble that they will be continuous.
It's very interesting how marble and those kinds of items are created. They have to take the rock, slice it like
Yeah.
with a few not lasers, but like little cutters.
Yeah,
And then it has to be like a big brick, and they can't mess it up because it's one big brick that you make.
exactly.
Very interesting. One thing that came to mind was we were in the Hollywood Hills area.
Yeah.
One time I spoke to somebody this was a few months ago, they were a 94-year-old film director from France, and they walk around.
Roger,
Could be.
he lives up there. How many from France, 94 years old, they are?
Yes, there can't be that many, no.
I don't know, maybe.
No, I think, it was Roger.
It's Roger, he lives up there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's funny because, film director, French, Hollywood Hills,
right,
there is Roger here.
right.
Yeah.
He was somewhere around here, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's one street up here. I can show you his house.
so he had said that one of his favorite things about the area is that other than a couple of little areas for the internet influencer individuals, there hasn't been many changes in this area at all
Mm-hmm.
in the area. Do you like that feature that nothing
Yeah.
really changes?
Yeah, I like everything. I love this place. Also the location is good. I'm not far from the freeway, and I love Hollywood. Hollywood, I said, is a verb. It's a verb, but now on everything, it's the way people think. Like you talked about Roger, one of the neighbors. The neighbors are very nice, and it's very interesting to talk to and be. There's one neighbor, the whole neighborhood, one neighbor that's not nice. He doesn't like my place, and he constantly complains to the city about me.
Mm-hmm.
John Brooks.
There's always going to be some sort of conflict.
One person, and he lives way up on the street, and it still disturbs him what I'm doing here. But
This is very conflictual material
Yeah.
here,
yeah.
causing much conflict.
But most people love it. There are neighbors that come. You saw their sitting area that come because now there's no art to see in LA because all the museums are closed, etc. And they come and watch and sit here, and they say that it helps them a lot. There is a guest book if you want to take a picture of some of what people write. It might be interesting.
was this area the only possible area that came to mind for this kind of material? Could it have been
No, I looked from Doheny Estate all the way to Beechwood. This was the last street. I said I'm not going more east.
No, those delays.
No, I wanted up to Beechwood. I actually looked more in Laurel Canyon area and Doheny area. However, most of the houses there, first of all, I did look for a house with view, and there was on Grandview a house that I was for a very long trying to get it, and it had a better view, but zero parking, completely zero parking. And I'm happy that I have place that people can come, because I always, right now it's a COVID, so we don't do, but usually I have receptions and I have things like this all the time.
You remind me when you were saying that, the way that I originally found this location, because I didn't see it on the map, I've been walking in many different neighborhoods just to examine here and there, and I walk by and it's very noticeable from the street that you can see the sculptures and they look completely different, and then that's how I came to find it. But also Laurel Canyon you mentioned, and then Doheny, I've been walking in certain areas like that.
I've been walking there now also, because before I drove there, when I was looking, it's really funny because I'm walking in all this, what I do is a lot of time look at the addresses of the houses that I looked for, and I walk in the neighborhood. But it's really funny because, you know, when you look for a house, you drive usually with a real estate agent, so you don't see it. But now I get to know it, etc. And I see that actually from all the places, I still like this the best.
One street that came to mind recently, Blue Jay Way, do you know where that is? Where it's like that street that it ends at dead end?
I think it's next to the Doheny Estate.
Yes, it's close to there.
Yes.
It has a cool view and such. So it's nice to see this kind of things. Exploration is good. This is one thing I'm often curious of, what are 3 words you would use to describe yourself, or 3 qualities that matter to you in life?
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Yeah, of everything, every kind of art, every kind of person, every kind of situation.
Like open-minded nature too.
Yes, acceptance. And I'll say with acceptance, I say there is, Krishnamurti used to say, everything in our life we allow, promote, or create. Allow, promote, or create.
Right.
So this is, I know where I am and try to stay with it. I like creativity. Creativity is my life. I like people that are creative. I like people that are interested in art and creation and doing different things and etc. So acceptance, creation, and what else? Creativity and creation is the same, more or less, and diversity and different things, different art, different people, different everything.
You don't like things to be rigid and one track the whole way?
No, there is no, it's funny because this house that I call the Hollywood Gallery is my gallery also. I did show in some galleries before, but I had a hard time showing in a gallery, because if you look at everything that there is, every painting of mine shows a different way of thinking and a different, I finish one thing and I go, I don't want to do it again. And galleries always wanted, we can't advertise you because everything of yours is different. We want something the same. I do have certain things, the colorful, the different way I do the color. But if we'll go later, I can show you about each painting, the difference in each painting. And every painting is completely different than the others. It's not, you don't see things that are very repetitive. You know? So when I finish one kind, I go to create another kind. I don't want to repeat myself, do again and again.
That makes sense. You have all kinds of, right, every sort of thing, not curved, 3D, not 3D, made from this material, stands out, doesn't really stand out. Repeated item, not repeated item.
Yeah.
Every single form. I like that part because I like variety too.
Yeah.
After this part, we'll be showcasing the various elements of the gallery. What is one message before that you would want people to know? If you had like a megaphone to all of the people on the planet, a message you would tell all the people of the earth.
People, acceptance, love, and just do what you like to do in life and you will enjoy life. It means I work in the sculpture garden every day and create art 8 to 10 hours a day, and I don't feel like it's work. It's just fun. Because so even now in COVID, people are complaining. I still am very content with what I create, and now I create more than I create other times. And acceptance and being able to mold yourself to be where you are and to do what you want.
Mm-hmm. This is a wonderful message. This is a nice thing for people to take in for themselves. And now after this portion, people will be able to see all the material in your household.
Yeah, very good. And later on, afterward, by now it's dark, so we can go outside and there is a whole light show.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on
You're
this part of the
welcome.
show.
If you want, I can show you a little bit of the difference here. And we look at this, all these people that I did from foam and put metal inside and paint them.
And we'll take a look at that.
Okay, very good, thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Robbie Gordon, the founder and director of the Hollywood Sculpture Garden. You're welcome to the podcast tour of Armen. We start with a totem made out of stones, petrified wood and obsidian. I created it together with Angel. He might be later on here. And there are more totems of assemblage of, okay, I'm sorry, I turned it off. Assemblage of stones that we put together with rebar, etc. I love stones. So there is a whole area here in front that is different stones. Calcite, is petrified wood, and we have here stones from Australia. These are new stones that they just discovered last year. They didn't even give them a name yet. And sculpture from Zimbabwe. And here are all the creation of the stones. From here, we continue with the obsidian that are at the base. Obsidian we go and get in Sunken Sea. Obsidian with another sculpture that's made out of black granite. We're going through the main entrance to the sculpture garden. On the way, you can see there are sculptures. There's a whole group of sculptors from Zimbabwe that are showing here. And here we go. Everything is artistic here, so you can see the driveway or the pathway. They are all artistically done. You can see here to the left more totem of or assemblage of stones with plants that are planted in the stones. You have here more of those, and you will see them on the way. Here in the middle of the road, we have a sculpture by Ed Hart, and he's a sculptor in Newport Beach, and so he has several of his sculptures here. These are fiberglass, and right here across there is another one of him, the dancing girl that usually go around. To the right we have here sculpture that are made by Selma, that this is a silk painted, and the lady is the work that I've done. If we look straight ahead, we will see here we see the silhouette of a woman that made by Nuccio from Italy. This is the white silhouette, and underneath it there is Josh Dobb that did the sculpture, the glass sculpture. He used to work with Chiuli. To the left of it we see the fish that I did together with another sculpture. We continue on the pathway that you can see that is all sculptural, and to the left we have more assemblage of stones with fish and others. We continue here, more sculpture to the left and to the right, and we are starting with our little trip going down. Right here to the right we have three stone sculpture that made from Paul from Ventura. We continue to go down, and you can see that everywhere you have sculpture. To the left, a little crab, and here we're continuing down here. On the right here, we have a sculpture by Pasquale made out of nails, and he has another sculpture here. David Hannigan, he is a sculptor from Long Beach. He did there are three sculptures of his here. This one, and he actually is a Tai Chi person. So these are all movement of Tai Chi. So you can see those. We continue to go down, and here we have a sculpture from South America of the head here, and the ladies right here are work that I've done. On the left there are two heads sculpted by a local artist. Here to the left there is a sculpture by Brian Carlson. There is another sculpture of his that we might have seen over there. It's the white hanging from the tree. On the left to the butterfly. The butterfly is by Marcela, and the left there is Brian Carlson. If you can see, he is from the Armenian Center, and what those are actually people that are being starved, and they're becoming smaller and smaller till they completely disappear. We are continuing here. There are a few sculptures that you will recognize from fiberglass from Ed Hart from Newport Beach. And you have a big sculpture here with stainless steel bowl that I did together with the Angel. This has been a very successful sculpture, especially people that wanted to get married. They get married under that. And you will see more of it when we'll go down the hill. We're continuing to go down here, and up here we have paintings that were made by Colin Schwab. Colin did them here on the roof by having a bicycle that he runs, and when the bicycle, he puts a lot of paint on it, and the paint pour all over. This is a sitting area. In the sitting area, you can see that everything is artistically done. These are all these stones are from Morocco. They are different kind of animals that lives in the ocean. I'm just walked on here on a different sculptures, and here to the right, I'm sorry, I'm going from one to another. You see the blue stones that are part of it. Here on top on the right, there is a grasshopper made by Angel, and we have here sculptures from all over the world. Here on the right, the gold bowl with the silver is made by Anya from France. She did another sculpture, colorful one, that's right here, that will come to it after we have sculpture from San Francisco, Oakland, Sacramento, and a local one. The road, you can look, there is guitar and piano that you can walk on, and for sure we have the star for the Hollywood Sculpture Garden. We are continuing here, and there are everywhere there's sculptures. We have sculpture here by Garrett Walsack. He came here from Vail, and he stayed here for 10 days and created all these sculpture here. We are continuing down. Here we have still walkway with, to the left you have more sculpture. Hans, and this is made by Angel. He's working down there. He's the manager of the place. And here we have, if I'm going too fast, tell me. Here we have sculptures that came from Zimbabwe. We're continuing here, and we can go here both to the left and to the right. First we'll go a little bit to the left, and we have sculpture to the left here, a creation from a bottle of cuckoo liqueur. More sculpture here. Here we can go one at a time, so you can go, if you want to go and look at the metal sculpture right here, and here to the left is some concrete sculpture. Down here, so you can get very good shots of that it shows all the colors. Behind you there are two more sculptures, metal, a new sculpture also on the bottom, the orange and the blue, and that one is by Berto Peterson, by Angel Ironman. He's the one who's manager, and he's right here in his truck. Down here, Marcela Lopez. It's a sculpture of metal and glass. One second, can you stop for a second? Angel, are you coming up or not? Angel!
Okay.
This is John Carl. She's 93 years old, and she has this sculpture and the other sculpture over there that will come by it. Down here we have Marcela Lopez, who came from Argentina. She did internship here too, and she did this sculpture. We continue here. We go down, and you see another sculpture by John Carl, the lady, and Brittle Peterson from Sweden. Here we can go and see more the you can see where people like to stand behind and get married. This is a big sculpture, etc. And so this is a favorite place for that. From here we'll go back towards there. I'll go first if you want, and we will go here. So we're still here. On the sculpture. This is another stairway. Look at the guitar, and etc. Here we go down to this area. We see better the sculpture of John Carlson, and here is the sculpture of Brittle Peterson. These are big sculpture. I don't know. Here is Marcela Lopez, and there is a whole row of sculptures here that are done. Do you want to go down? We can go down. Mm-hmm. I'll show you where. Let me go to your left. No, oops. You can go from here too and jump. If not, you can go from there. Mm-hmm. So there are sculpture here on the right, to your right. Okay, go ahead. This is all here. Mm-hmm. To the right over there is a sculpture. Maybe you want to go down. Rudy Calderon, and again John Carl. I don't know. Do you want to go down? Mm-hmm. So to go down, the easiest way to go. Zimbabwe. There are a whole group of them. Zimbabwe. say John Code and Rudy Calderon. There are about 100 tires. There are about 100 tires all around that are used as a barrier, and they all have plants, and they're all painted by me and other sculptors around. They're on both sides. I don't know if you still hear me. They're on both sides, on the right and on the left. They are the two lions that are made by a sculptor from Italy that lives now in Mexico. Okay, I think we should which can come up. There will be better pathway here. We have the pathway that we went around before, but this is like it's been here. We've been working here eight years. So it's still, you can look even at the steps right here. Everything is artistically done. This is my exercise for the day. I go up and down here so many times that this is my exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here you can see even this pathway that is being done. It's also artistically done. So we're continuing here. We have more steps, and again, work by Angel Ironman. There is a transformer here, and another person, a warrior, here. We're going uphill, and you can see that even the railing are all artistically done. There is a totem there, and a sculpture of a horse by London, and from New York. He brought it to Burning Man, and on the way back he left it here. Another sculpture here of Marcela Lopez, which is fiberglass and metal. We're continuing here with on the steps to go up, and we're getting here. There is another sculpture by Pasquale right here, and a sculpture by Angel Ironman, a painting by Andres that's made with nails all over. Right here, this is the work area that we have for people who do residency and internship. They have all the machinery here. You still see there's a turtle over there made by Angel, and we will continue. We'll meet the Angel on our way. He's right here. You look at the railing with the stones that are all made. You want me to tell him not to do noise? Angel, can you wait a minute? We are recording.
It's all right.
Okay. There is the penis that came from the Me Too movement. It's made by Patsy Pitt, and she made it, and they walked with it, the Me Too movement in downtown LA. And here you continue to see the railing with the stone formation. 1 second, Angel. Okay, you can talk to this guy. He's doing a podcast. Huh? You talk to him in a minute. We will go around and then we'll talk to you. Okay. Okay? Yeah, no problem. Oh, okay.
Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
Angel.
Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now you see this is a sign made by Scott. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nation. I'm sorry. Anyhow, this is in French, exactly the same thing. S'il y a la paix dans le monde, il devrait y avoir la paix dans les nations. S'il y a la paix dans les nations, il devrait y avoir la paix dans le ville. S'il y a la paix dans le ville, il devrait y avoir la paix dans les voisins. S'il y a la paix dans les voisins, il devrait y avoir dans la maison. S'il y a la paix dans la maison, il devrait y avoir la paix dans le cœur. Here we go. Another sign by Scott. If you're planning for 1 year, plant rice. If you're planning for 10 years, plant trees. If you're planning for 100 years, educate children. Here we have blacklight sculpture that will be much better in an hour or half an hour when we'll be working there. Right here, we are sculpted by York that came from Belgium, and he did it. It's one piece of stone. Oh, this is a light sculpture to the left by Marcela Lopez that we will show when there is light, and stone formation and work by Roder Houghton. On the roof we have two sculptures by me, and Brian Carlson of the sun in metal, and Ed Hart with fiberglass. There is a fountain here with stone formation. I collected stones. They're from Arizona. And another sculpture here of a man. From here we're coming to the Hollywood Gallery. It's my house that I made from it a gallery too. We can see here assemblage of stones. I like stones. These are just stones that are more special. These are quartz, smoky quartz, regular quartz, and black quartz. Stalactite and stalagmite, a stone by me, a sculpture by me. And look at this painting. Look at the amount of paint you can do from the side, so you can see it's probably like 3 or 4 inches of paint. From here, we are continuing here. Just a minute. There is this is in the making, a chair in the making. Just a minute. I want to do this. Look at these, the colors. These are by John Money. It's glass work, and we have special light that changes to the glass, so it shows it. You see how do you get a different color of glass? Now it's green, and etc. Okay, I'll turn on now more light, and we will continue on the first floor. There is a collection. This is a quartz chair right here, and a sculpture by Steve Koch. There were sculptures of Steve. We'll show them back later. Assemblage of stones and glass that I made in a special amethyst formation right here. I'm going to go in front of you here. From here, you can go to this room. This room is mainly, you have mainly clothes, ties, and you can see vest with matching ties and matching painting above. They're all wearable art, but you hang them on the wall after you wear them, so it's like a painting that you go out with. Here you can see the same thing in gold and black. Look at the at the details there, and you see ties, vest, and a matching painting. So it's a whole assemblage. Some art from male hut and work by me, etc. In the house, it's mainly work that I've done. Very little of other artists, or sometimes art that I made with other artists. Let me turn on all the light in the house. I'll turn on all the lights so we. So you see here, and okay, I don't know. There are painting all around. This is a kitchen that was designed by me, and the glasswork of the table in the kitchen here is all made by mail hot from Quebec, Canada. Here we have everything is custom made, and here we did the different colors of glass everywhere. You have more art over the counter. It's by a young artist from Seattle that she puts baking soda inside the glass, and that's how she gets the bubbles. Right here you have again the table that is matching with the counter top and painting all over that are all made by me. The counter, everything, I can change the colors of the light, and you can see I can have whatever color I want, and blue will go into, and blue is my favorite color. You'll see a lot of blue through my painting, especially in the bedroom and other places. This is all glass. In my design, it's glass, it's thick glass, etc. It took 8 people to put it on. It was a lot of work.
Makes sense.
You can imagine. Just some, these are all my paintings. This I did after I saw the movie Avatar, and what you see here, it's like the forest, the tails, etc. before the fire. And this is after the fire. Yes. Okay, we will go now downstairs. On the way in the hallway, you can see more painting. You can show they're painting here. There are 13 windows in the living room, and all the windows, I should turn on more light. I'm going to turn on more light. Each vertical blind is a different painting. On your left, there is a wall that I did. There is 8 gallons of paint on that wall. So you can see that I'm turning on more light, so we'll see all around. And this wall had 8 gallons of paint. It was 10 days of work, 14 hours a day. When you come down to the main floor down, as you go, there is art over on every wall, and you will go down and you will see more paintings. And all the furniture were also designed by me and made with collaboration with other artists. You can see the painting on the wall there, on the glass. It just actually skin of paint that I put together with John. On the right, there is a big painting that is a canvas with a lot of gesso that I made from it 3D. Okay, we go. You see the railing is the same all around. We can go here again. I broke all the walls, and you can see that every room is vertical blind that are basically putting them together. A lot of stones here, and from here you go into the bedroom. Again, my design of the bedroom. Again here, all the walls and all the vertical blinds are done by me. All the furniture are designed by me. I'm going to put down the vertical line so you can see. And as I say, this is my favorite color is blue, so everything is blue here, and here there is blue also, and even above the bed there is a 3D. Above the bed there is a 3D painting. Here you can see more of the stone assemblage, and these are better stones because they're inside the same area here with lapis and quartz. It's months of work. Each stone is glued separately, and when they're glued together, when they dry, I put another one in. The same thing is over here. By the way, all this house, just to let you know, all the house is my design. I broke all the walls and created big spaces all together. Here there is a collage of stones, again, and you see here more of my, to the left, the collection of the stones that are petrified wood. These I sent from Morocco, and we have more from Morocco right here. The color in the bathroom changed with the light, but here it is. There is all more stones from Morocco, etc. From here, everywhere you see there is art. Even, I don't know if you noticed, even the little garbage pail in the bathroom is made by Patsy Pitt, and is all artistic. We will be going back to the main room here. I'm in a closet, and there is a lot more clothes that I've made. If you want to see, there is a whole group of clothes, jackets, every kind, in every color, etc. There is a lot of different clothes that I designed and made myself. From here, we'll continue to go. We are still on the main floor. So we're going here, and we have, this is amethyst from Brazil. We have more work of art by glass by Mailhot, and again, this is the sofa, the armchair and the sofa is my design, made by Ayala Safati. Tables again my design, the chairs are my design. Basically every piece of furniture is mine here. From here you can see this was a month of work of 3 people. It's based on the roots of the oak tree in Santa Barbara. I took a picture of it, and it's like their roots. Here you can see more ceramics that have done different colors, different things. And again, on that wall is the painting, matching painting, hats, clock, everything together. We're going to go to the balcony. Let me turn on the light in the balcony. 1 second. And this is one of the viewing balcony. And these are the different vertical blinds. We're in the viewing balcony, and here you can see John Cole. Again, art from everywhere. I'm going to turn on the lights in the sculpture garden right now. I have to find the application on the phone, and all on, and in a minute you'll see all on, and we can already Okay, we can already see some of the lights from the viewing balcony around all the sculptures downstairs. We'll go afterwards and see more of them because it's much more striking during the night. So from here we continue. There is a horse here from Picasso stone, and again all the collection of stones everywhere, etc. You saw this wall. Right here. We're coming here, you have again collage. You can take your time, collage of stones. I don't know if I go too fast.
Oh, timing's great.
Okay, and we are going, Steve Koch did some of the smaller sculptures here, and here we go into the viewing balcony. More sculptures everywhere. I did it here, I did this one, and I did some of the glass together with Angel and John. This is again the sculpture on the wall are all made by Marcela Lopez here, and this one is made by me again. You can look here a bit for the sculpture garden outside with the light. It will show much more, and you can show the town. This is a painting of Los Angeles downtown that I made.
Wonderful painting.
Yeah, it's not a style, it's more realistic, it's less of my style, but I needed
Realism?
the version. Okay, you can go here, right here, 1 second. Did you take a picture? Look at this, how much paint there is. You can put your hand through here.
3D.
And it's, yes. We'll go here. These are, yeah, there's a wall of matching technique of paint with different colors here too. Okay, from here we'll go downstairs. You'll see pictures on the wall and everywhere. And again, the motif that I have, different ties with matching painting. Again, there is relief of paint with skin of paint on this painting with different kind of painting. On the ceiling, it's ceramic made by me, hanging from the wall. We have here more ties and shirts made by me again. And we're going down here, and we're going to the studio, to my studio place. And okay, studio. Here you have again collage of stones, a lot of stones. Let me turn on. I'm sorry, I'm turning on the light.
That's great.
To be okay. Here.
How long do these collages take to make?
These take few months,
Mm-hmm.
because you see every little stone is glued separately, and I can put 2 or 3 in different places and have to wait for them to adhere, and then I can put the second layer, and then wait for them to adhere to get, and then I put another layer. So it's a little bit of work each day, but for a few months of work,
Mm-hmm.
etc. Here you have more of the ceramics. These are just skin of paint that I've done that are two-sided on a frame here.
When you say skin of paint, what do you mean there?
I'll show you right. It's just paint that I pour with different special way. on a mirror, and I peeled them off.
Oh.
Just a minute. Here we got another sculpture from Mexico, and more of the stones. These are all the Australian stones that are the new stones right now that there are. We'll continue here I'll talk about this. Even in the bathroom, we have sculptures. This is actually painting, and what I'll show you is that when you come to the bathroom, these are paint. So these are the skin of paint that I created a sculpture right here that I pour on glass and I take them off.
I see.
So
it's just paint.
Yeah, it's just paint by itself, right? We can continue. This was a painting that was alive at one point.
Wow.
When I traveled, the people that took care of the plant always killed it, and every time I would put new plants in it till I said enough, and I just let the plant die. You can see here a three-dimensional paint, and this is also three-dimensional. This is actually photographs taken by my daughter, Glenna Gordon, and I cut them not exactly to her liking, because I like everything to be different.
I can tell.
So here we go. So basically, you see the railing, etc. Now, if you want, if you have any question, we can go into the questions. We can go and sit down, and by now it will be a little bit. There will be a little bit more. It will be a bit more dark, so it will be more interesting to see the outside. Do you see the colors? And here you see already the relief, etc. Now I'm going to do something for you which the people won't be able to see. Put these glasses on and you'll see, because I do a lot. No, it won't work. I tried it.
I'm just
but
showing
now
it.
look at the painting. Now I'll show you, for example, just I'm explaining. This is a lot of 3D because it has a lot of layers, and I put it next to one that has less layers, so it's not coming out. This you have to have the 3D. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Yes. And here you can see things that I did with paint. It's all paint. It's the same way as I do skin of paints. Here. And here again you have a lot of layers of paint. This was actually ordered for a movie. It was a picture of the brain, and then they didn't want to pay for it. They would say, we'll give you a credit only, so I kept it.
Huh.
Yeah.
You're sure of that?
Okay, just put them in. Very good. So you see the different kind.
Every single one is different.
Yeah, that's it. So it means you will have one or two next to each other that's a bit similar. I'll show you, I'll tell you two things. This I did in a class, and it was we were supposed to paint rain, and the teacher told me after I did it, you have to talk to your psychologist of God to see where is the rain. I'll show you another interesting thing here. I went to UCI for the last painting that I did. My teacher said to everyone he needed something out of the box. To me, said one color. So I could do Roscoff, that he just painted one color, but I wanted to do something more interesting. And afterwards I did another one similar, but it's all one color.
All one color and then mixed with white to make it lighter?
No, white is no color.
No. So you're saying...
It's one color. This is relief where there is no color.
Oh.
So it's only blue.
I see. That's true.
Yeah, and did you see this? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually when I did this wall, I tried different things that I had in mind, how it will come out, and afterwards I made from it a collage or assemblage. You wanted to see, one second, what I did when I was 8 years old with me. This here. This woodwork I did when I was 8 years old. All these pieces, 8 to 10 years old.
That early.
Oops. Yeah.
At that age, you were doing woodwork like this.
Yeah.
How cool is that? How do you make
continue.
this kind of woodwork?
This is pieces of wood that you glue together different colors, and then you. I started at 8. Probably this took a long time till the age of 12 or 13. 13, I think.
Mm-hmm. You're playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
The paint, this also on the walls are woodwork that I grew in from the age of 8 till 13 or whatever.
I like these fish.
Yeah,
There's 2 happy fish. These are glass.
glass. That has metal pieces in it, and that's how you can turn them around or make from them whatever you want it to look like.
They're made of foam,
Foam,
and then they're covered with
paint,
paint. Yes. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So they're very light.
very light. Yeah.
Very cool.
How the light is inside.
Now, how did you get the lights inside there?
There is behind it there are LED lights with batteries on the side, and there is glass here.
Here you can see that the marble lines line up,
Yeah.
which is not common for marble. It takes a lot of effort to line.
No. It took 10 days of working with the different pieces. I could hardly walk afterwards. Here, come, I'll show you. There are certain things here. You see how we created here.
Look at that. It looks like they link with one another,
Yeah.
but these are different marble
But
pieces.
it took very long. Here there is like a person, and here there's.
It is almost unbelievable that these match up these way.
Yeah, well, you can't even imagine how many pieces of marble. I bought a lot, and I chose one by one, and then I like they're all changing
So this is what it looks like in the nighttime.
nighttime. So you can focus on there are a few jellyfish over there. They're under the tree over there with Shayna Coing, and some of it I did with Angel.
Mm-hmm.
You can look under the tree. That's very interesting. You can come closer by. I don't know if you see the. Do you see how it changes the colors all the time? Yeah, this one.
Look at that.
And we can go here. Here is the original Eiffel Tower. There is a copy of this tower in Paris. Yeah, the garage here, and here you will see at night. These are the wings that were made by Marcela Lopez, and it changes also colors. If you wait, now it's blue, then it turns off and it changes to a different purplish color, and it changes all the time. now it's green, etc. So you have different colors. Now we have it in red.
Mm-hmm.
So here, what we see here, we have the black light. So we have art with black light, etc. It's even interesting if you go here, you see the lights that are in the entrance, how they're reflecting on the wall. I don't know if you see over there. If you stand here, you probably will see. It's really interesting to see the lights over there. Whatever you see is good.
Cool.
If you want to go a little bit on the stairway and see more, there is the lights on the roof. Everything changes colors. I'm a person that likes colors, so the lights changes a lot. You can walk a little bit and you will see closer by some of the lights, etc. And you will see also the strips of light, they change the colors over time.
Mm-hmm.
There are the butterflies on the tree by Marcela Bell. I don't know if you can see them now, but there is one up here.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere I can, and when I do things that are with too much smell, I work here. This is another sculpture that just came in by Linda Smith. It's still not, it hasn't been placed yet. It will go down the hill. And these are all things that I'm still working on. And you can see even on the roof, on the ceiling, some of the art. This is by Pasquale. This is a thing I did once, a project with artists that created kites to fly between Israel and Palestine for children with notes from Israeli children to Palestinian, Palestinian to Israelis. And this is one of the kites that was flown there. This is still a lot of work in the doing. The lady with the hair that I did the hair a while ago, but still didn't finish. And there is a lot of paints everywhere and a lot of things to work. This used to be the old kitchen, so even the doors were done with me and Angel. Angel is the manager here, and he did quite a lot of the assemblage sculpture. So the garage is full of life too.
This is true.